There will never be another Reggie Jackson, not because no one can hit like him.
Reggie Jackson. Long drive right field. It is goodbye.
But because baseball itself will never again allow someone like him to exist. He wasn't just a slugger, he was a show. The lightning bolt of the 1970s. Loud, fearless, magnetic, who turned pressure into theater and October into his personal stage.
Things slow down. You become in control of home plate, in control of the outcome. You understand where the barrel's going to make contact.
This is the story of the man they called Mr. October, and why the game will never see another one like him. Reggie Jackson didn't enter baseball quietly. He arrived like he belonged there. Drafted by the Kansas City A's in 1966, he came up as a 21-year-old with a swing that could level cities. It wasn't refined, it wasn't polished, but it was violent. When he made contact, the ball didn't just travel, it exploded. By 1969, he hit 47 home runs, and the league took notice. This wasn't a typical power hitter, this was a force. And when the A's moved to Oakland, Reggie became their heartbeat. He wasn't afraid to talk, he wasn't afraid to celebrate. And in a sport that often punished both, that made him polarizing and magnetic. From 1972 to 1974, the Oakland A's became a dynasty.
I never had any problems with him. I always, we got along very well. I had a great deal of respect for him. He likewise for me, I think.
3 straight World Series titles, each one powered by chaos, color, and Reggie Jackson. In 1973, he won the American League MVP, hitting 32 homers and driving in 117 runs. He was the loudest voice in the loudest locker room in baseball. He was charisma and chaos in one swing. But Reggie wasn't just playing baseball. He was reshaping what it meant to be a star. He spoke his mind, challenged authority, and demanded the spotlight.
Goodbye! Goodbye! Oh, what a blow! What a way to top it off!
He wasn't afraid to be bigger than the game, and for that, some loved him, and others never forgave him. When Reggie signed with the Yankees in 1977, it was more than a contract. It was destiny. He told reporters the Yankees needed him, that he was the straw that stirred the drink. And then, he proved it. That year, the Yankees reached the World Series, and on October 18, 1977, Reggie Jackson became immortal. 3 swings, 3 first pitches, 3 home runs, Game 6 of the World Series. He didn't just clinch a title, he defined the moment. In that instant, Mr. October was born, and baseball had its first true superstar of the television age.
Reggie Jackson has hit his 3rd home run of the game. Reggie Jackson becomes the 2nd man in World Series history to hit 3 home runs in a game.
Reggie Jackson's postseason resume is one of the greatest ever. 5 World Series rings, 2 World Series MVPs, and an entire generation of fans who grew up believing October belonged to him. He didn't hit for average. He didn't care about singles. He cared about the moments that mattered. When the lights came on, he was there, every time. Even his strikeouts were dramatic. He swung like every at-bat could end the world. Sometimes it did, and that was the beauty of it. You never knew if you were watching a strikeout or a legend being born. Reggie Jackson was never easy to define. He clashed with managers, he challenged owners, he fought with teammates.
Look at Jackson. Now he's going after him again, and Jackson got him this time. Here they come, and there they go.
Including the famous dugout confrontation with Billy Martin in 1977. But all of it, the drama and the defiance, was part of what made him so electric. He played with confidence that bordered on arrogance, but it was earned, because when the game was on the line, nobody was better. He didn't want to just play baseball, he wanted to own it. 563 home runs, over 1,700 RBIs.
He walked 8 in that game, hit a batter, and still pitched a no-hit, no-run game. There's a long drive. That one is going way up. It is off the roof. That hit the transformer up there.
14 All-Star selections, 5 World Series championships. He wasn't perfect. He struck out more than anyone in history when he retired, but his peaks were higher than almost anyone else's. Reggie didn't build a career on safe numbers. He built it on moments that would last forever. He was a .262 hitter, but in the postseason, he was a giant.
They've now hit 3 in the World Series. There's a high
Goodbye.
deep to right.
Forget it.
It's fair. Hits the screen and hits the screen. The foul ball. Jackson. Back-to-back home runs off Don Sutton, and it is now 10-4. Dodgers.
His OPS in October towered over his regular season numbers because Reggie didn't play for April through September. He played for October. So why can't there be another Reggie Jackson? Because baseball has changed, and so has the world around it. Reggie thrived in chaos. He needed friction. He was made for bright lights, bold headlines, and clutch moments that defined entire careers. Today's players are trained to avoid controversy. They're media savvy, carefully managed, perfectly polished. They're built to fit in. Reggie Jackson didn't fit in anywhere. He stood out everywhere. He was a quote machine, a marketing dream, and a manager's nightmare. And the combination of charisma, ego, and ability that defined him, that's extinct now. Analytics value consistency. Front offices fear distraction. And modern baseball, for all its precision, leaves little room for rebellion. Reggie was rebellion. A loud, unapologetic, five-tool firework in a game that prefers silence. Reggie Jackson retired in 1987 after 21 seasons. 5 rings, 4 teams, 1 myth. He entered the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. His number 44 was retired by both the Yankees and the A's. And his name, even decades later, still means drama, confidence, and clutch.
What a solid athlete.
Johnny Oates doing the catching, relieving Steve Yeager. Here is Reggie Jackson, who has a single and has scored a run in 3 trips to the plate. Another look at Munson's home run there as it goes out.
He was more than a player. He was an era, a symbol of swagger before swagger had a name. In a sport obsessed with tradition, Reggie was the tradition breaker. He made baseball cinematic. Because today's game doesn't reward risk like Reggie took it. It doesn't create villains and heroes in the same man. It doesn't hand the microphone to players who speak their truth, even when it rattles everyone else. Reggie Jackson wasn't built for comfort. He was built for noise. He was the show and the story, the quote and the swing, the chaos and the crown. There will never be another Reggie Jackson. Not because no one is talented enough, but because baseball will never again make room for someone that unapologetically himself. He wasn't flawless, he wasn't quiet, he wasn't humble. He was Reggie, the man who could strike out 4 times and still walk to the plate like the hero was coming. The man who turned October into his own mythology. The man who made baseball larger than life. There will never be another Reggie Jackson. And maybe that's what makes him timeless, because some legends can't be duplicated. They can only be remembered.